Welcome into our next leg in our race around the world here at the Pitstop Pals, part of the Reality Realm Network. My name is Kevin Oliver.
My name is Bruce Heller? Question mark.
You sounded pretty confident saying it, so I don't know why you had it a
I
question mark.
sounded confident and I said question mark. It's a bit of a contradiction, bit of a puzzle for the audience. Am I confident in my name or am I not?
I just don't think the audience cares enough.
Well, it's a puzzle for you then.
I also don't care enough.
Oh well, I did it anyway.
And we are here to talk about season 16, episode number 5. I think we are fighting the Germans, right?
Yes,
We are fighting the Germans? Okay, do you
they're
know who said
pretending
that?
to at least.
What?
They're pretending to at least.
Why are you talking like this?
I don't know. It just happened. They're cosplaying as fighting the Germans.
Who do you think said that?
Oh, that was a quote. I thought you were asking me.
No, I think we are fighting the Germans, right? Is the name of the episode.
Oh, okay. I thought you were asking me that question. I'm like, sort of, not really. I don't know. Jordan, girl Jordan, probably.
It was actually Michael.
Oh, okay.
Yes. Um, so do you have any quotes from this episode, Bruce?
Let me count how many I have. One.
84? I'll count mine while you're counting yours.
I have eight, which is probably less than you, but way more than I normally have.
Yeah, I have 14.
All right. So
Okay.
I have, we were on a bus last night from Hamburg to here, wherever here is.
Mm-hmm.
That was a cowboy that said that.
Mm-hmm.
I have this baguette is so good. I'm so glad it doesn't have any crazy crap in it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know what it would be that would be in it, but that made me chuckle. Um, I my next I have a few quotes that are from Brandy and Carol at the battlefield. I have
Okay.
I don't have to prove myself physically, nor do I want to. Smart people do Morse code. Dumb people do this. I have the next one isn't them. It's proceed to la pit stop. Okay, it didn't say law. I added that.
I liked that. Yeah.
Do I look like Lance Armstrong or do I look like Lance Armstrong?
I had that one, yeah.
Back to Brandy and Carol. This is a conversation. You take spinning every week. You should be kicking my ass in this. And then the other one says, thank you for the wonderful tone. Because they're just
Yep.
snarky at each other and to everyone
And it
the
was
whole.
actually 3 times a week, not every week.
Oh, okay. Well, that I can't decide if I love or hate how snarky they are all the time. It's funny,
Right.
but it's so much that it becomes grating.
Mm-hmm.
And my last one is a little unhinged. This is from Jeff and Jordan on the battlefield, and this is one of like a million ways Jeff used to tell Jordan to hurry up. Put your boobs on the ground and drag them over here. Was a thing that he said. And not
I
only did
missed
he say
that.
that, they put subtitles on the screen for it. Because I thought there's no way I heard that right. He has to have said boots. So I backed it up. And no, that's what he said. And they put subtitles on it.
I missed that.
It was when they were in the bat. She was like crawling under the barbed wire or something like, because he
He
told her
was
to hurry
talking
up like a
about how she
million times.
wasn't crawling on her front stomach or whatever, so
I
that
don't.
makes sense.
He was complaining like the whole episode that she was taking too long, but this was in the battlefield and he said that, and it's so unhinged, and I love it.
All right, what was that?
It's a little stamper that our church uses, like one of my elders does when he counts the offering on Sundays. He stamps an
Oh,
envelope. It has our church name and says for deposit only. I pay with state bank and has the account number on it. So he puts
hmm,
everything in an envelope and like
yeah.
I don't know why I just did it to my hand just to prove a point. You know what a stamper is, but okay.
Yeah, I don't know why you did that either.
The impulsive thoughts won. Intrusive thoughts.
Okay, so I'm Italian, but I'll take the luck of the Irish right now. That was Louis. Um, this is unhinged from Katie when she read that they were going to get a baguette. She
Yeah.
said, "I'm gonna eat the crap out of it. Just shove it in my throat."
Hey yo.
And I said,
That would change the rating of this show.
that would. I feel like the Hulk, and I'm gonna rip this off, and I'm gonna rip out of this, Louis. We got. I hate the smell of sulfur in the morning. Also, Louis. I feel like I'm about to model army clothes, outdated army clothes from Katie. Um, Katie also says these mean lesbians. Let's catch up on them loud enough for them to hear it.
Good. Gosh. I remember that. And I remember thinking that was awesome that she said that loud.
Yeah. There's sheep. There's sheeps and there's wolves. We are the wolves, Michael. Another unhinged comment. This is from Boy Jordan,
Oh
and he
no.
said, "I don't like guns. I like swords."
I remember that.
And I said, "Uh, from Cord. That's why I like horses more than bikes. You don't have to pedal a horse."
Yeah.
Do I look like Lance Armstrong, or do I look like Lance Armstrong, like you had? Um, I wonder if they meant south is in the direction, or if they meant go south.
I
What?
remember hearing that and being
That's
like, what are you even asking?
that's what Brent said. I was like, what? We also have Dan saying, at first this one confused me, but I started to follow. But every minute of check-in is a minute earlier of check-out at the pit start. I've never heard the starting line of a leg as the pit start.
No, but I'm using that now, if I remember.
You won't remember it.
That's clever though. I like it.
This is a conversation between Katie and Brent. Katie says, "Hey baby, do I look hot with this mustache? Do you still want to kiss me?" And Brent's response is, "Yes, but after the race, please shave it."
I love them.
And then the final one I got is Jeff saying, "Is the war over because we got it or because it took us so long to get here?"
Yeah.
All right, so quotes are done. Let's dive right on in here. Um, they had to board a bus in Hamburg, Germany to an unknown location. Dun, dun, dun. And we get some confessionals here. One confessional that I'm referencing specifically as Joe is still struggling with his knee and he's icing it on this bus. What the heck you got? What are
Wireless
you doing?
wireless phone charger, but the top of it came off. So I guess I'm not using this right now.
Well, that's cute. Anyway, their unknown location. Why do you keep pulling stuff into the video?
I don't know
Huh?
what you're talking about.
This is like the TikTok where people reach into their fridge and get out. Whoa, he's a magician. Even though it's at your feet.
Exactly. I'm magical, like a leprechaun.
This is
Found this on.
well, Louis is Italian, but he'll take the luck of the Irish right now. So, um, it's like those TikToks where you open up your fridge and pull out like a palm tree or something. That's you just
I just ordered a bunch of checks that have palm trees on them. It's funny that you mentioned palm trees.
Wow, fancy. Anyway,
That's my
they're in
favorite kind of
France, by the
tree, in
way.
case you were wondering.
Well, okay.
Because, of course, if you were obviously not going to be able to sleep without knowing what my favorite tree was.
Yeah, I don't know how I've made it 27 years
Me
without
neither.
knowing that piece of information.
Me neither, honestly.
Yeah. It's France. We're in France, guys. Um, and they have to drive to Saint Monohold to find Boulanger de Fontaine and buy a fresh baguette to
Dibs
get
on
their next
eating it.
clue. No, we're gonna break it in half and share it.
And break it in three quarters versus one quarter, and I get the big part.
No, we're gonna break it in half
And then I
and
get
share.
both halves.
No, I'm eating at least half of this baguette.
Okay, fine. I will allow it. Mostly because I
Well,
don't
get
have a choice.
you don't have a choice. But Steve didn't know what a baguette was. That's all I gotta say.
This is a bag. Not a baguette, but it's a bag. I got half of the word right. Uh,
You're insufferable sometimes.
So you tell me.
So do other people.
Not as often.
Fair enough. Anyway, the race is getting soft, Bruce. Why are we allowing automatic cars?
I'm okay with it mostly because I can't drive a manual transmission.
Well, there's no way that they in 2026 they're gonna have an automatic transmission on the race.
I know, but I'd be okay with it if they did. That would be helpful to me.
Well, they had automatic transmission here, and I think it's lame.
Yeah, doesn't make a difference to me.
Whatever.
My viewing experience is not heightened or lessened by the transmission of the cars they're driving in.
I disagree. I disagree because every time that we have transmission problems where somebody can't get their car in gear or somebody can't reverse and they have to push their car in neutral backwards, you always love to talk about it.
Is that why that? Okay.
It's because they don't know what they're doing on a manual transmission.
Yeah, but if the car, like them getting their car stuck wasn't there, I'd still enjoy the episode.
Right, but it does heighten your viewing experience.
It gives me something to complain about. That's
You
true.
think it's funny. You like it.
When it happens to teams I don't like, it's funny.
You were just, yeah, exactly. So it does heighten your viewing experience.
Yeah, okay. I like Wally.
What?
It just popped into my head. A little picture of Wally. I don't know why.
Bruce, I don't want to know what pops into your head most of the time.
Well, just now it was Wally. Wally. That was a bad one.
Okay.
I've done that a lot better than I did just now.
Yeah, so you say. Um, anyway, the clue was in the baguette.
Yeah, don't eat the clue.
Don't eat the clue. Because it tells you that you have to drive to La Main de Massige for your next clue. Um, and when they get to La Main de Massige, it's detour time in the trenches or under fire. Do you want to explain what those two detour options are, Bruce?
Yes. So, in the trenches, you choose a communicate. Where am I? Choose a communication area in a deciphered and decipher a message in Morse code. This says "We will prevail, Viva la France" is what it ends up saying. And you present that deciphered message to the French sergeant in exchange for your next clue. And the other one, you
Under fire.
you crawl 100 feet under barbed wire to receive a message that says the war is over. Viva la liberté. from a man in a foxhole, and then they crawl back and present that message to the sergeant. And after either task, you must send your message away via carrier pigeon.
Via carrier pigeon.
There we go.
Tell your throat to stop being weird.
I don't. My throat wants me to sound like a chain smoker for some reason today. I don't know why. Smoking's yucky.
Yeah. So there was only one team that did in the trenches, and it was not voluntarily.
Yeah.
Everybody originally chooses under fire.
Carol and
With
either Carol or Brandy, I forget which one, definitely regretted that choice though, because she said
it was
smart
Brandy.
people do Morse code, dumb people do this.
Yep.
Like you had a choice, by the way. You could have done either one.
Yeah. But once we start the detour, we are also told caution, you turn ahead.
We are.
And by the way, Jeff and Jordan suck at navigating. We have Michael and Louie that are crawling under this thing, and Jeff and Jordan can't even get out of whatever town they rode a bus to.
At one point, he said the quote while they were driving, if we end up driving in a circle again. I'm like, the fact that you have to put again on the end of that is kind of sad. That you've already
Mm-hmm.
ended up like stuck driving in a circle once already.
Right. So once you finish the detour, it says to head south down the road to receive your next clue, where they find a blind U-turn, where the team using it can remain anonymous. What do you think about the blind aspect of the U-turn?
I like it. It's
Well,
kind it's kind of the opposite of the like mandatory public one that we get now.
right. The only thing about how this one was specifically used, there wasn't it wasn't very blind because of when it was used and on who it was used on.
Because the team that was leading used it on the team that was right behind them, and there's no one else it could have been.
Exactly.
Yeah, I yeah.
Michael and Louis used the blind U-turn on Joe and Heidi, which is why Joe and Heidi had to do in the trenches as well. But once you get to the blind U-turn, there's your next clue. It tells you to head to the Church of Massage. Um, and then this is where we get a scene from Brandy and Carol that you were referencing earlier, where Brandy is mad at Carol for choosing physical. If she would have been at the Morse code thing, I think she wouldn't have been so mad.
Oh, she would have been complaining about that too.
No, I mean as in if she had experienced what the Morse code was, she wouldn't be so mad about doing the physical.
Yeah. The
Um,
funny thing is, one they gave a confessional at some point in this episode of like, okay, we're gonna work together. We're not gonna fight each other. It's us against all the other teams. Then they end up bickering again.
yep. And then
Like
right after
they are
this, we
so
have Jeff and what?
they are so snarky, but it's not just to other people; it's to each other also. And
Right.
I think I'm here for it, but every episode I reach a point where it's too much of it. Also, like
That's fair.
it's so funny though because I can be pretty snarky sometimes. So
Wait, really? You can be snarky?
when I want to be, it's more like a jokingly like snarky, sarcastic than like them being mean, snarky. But close enough. Sarcasm's fun.
Right. Um, then we get this scene at Jeff and Jordan right after the baguette, right after they get their baguette. Jordan is eating her baguette and tries to speak at the same time, and nobody can understand her. They even had subtitles that were just question marks. I thought the edit there was hilarious.
The subtitles were so good this week.
Also, edit reading here, because I like to read and edit. Um, it didn't end up working out the way that I thought it was going to, because I did not think Joe and Heidi were going to have as much trouble with the trenches as they did. The edit really was telling me that Joe and Heidi are going to get eliminated because of his knee at some point.
I mean, I'm sure that played a part in it.
I do not think that played any part in why they got eliminated.
I mean, a knee injury is going to slow you down no matter what you're doing.
A knee injury had them in third place
And then they weren't.
because of the U-turn. It was their brain that made them lose.
Well, your knee is attached to your brain.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard.
I doubt that. I say a lot of dumb things.
That's the dumbest thing I've heard today.
Well, day's not over yet. Challenge accepted.
Oh no.
Also, it's not that dumb. Your knee is attached to your brain. There's just
But
a
your
lot,
knee has nothing to do with your brain.
but they are attached. What I said was true.
I do not think I would consider your knee attached to your brain.
Your knee is attached to the leg bone, which is
The
attached
leg bone,
to
yes,
like the hip, which
correct.
it's everything's connected from your head
No,
to your toes. Your knees and
that's
your brain
that,
are both part of that.
that's they're not connected. Like my knee, or yeah, my knee does not touch my brain. They are not attached. They might be touching things that are attached to each other, but they are not attached.
Okay, but when I plug my phone into the charger, it's connected to the wall via the phone cord. Like they're still connected even if they're not directly touching.
But I wouldn't say my phone is a part of the wall, attached to the wall.
Yeah, you say you plug it into the wall. I didn't say the knee was a part of the brain. I said it's connected to the brain.
You said it was attached. I
Well,
don't
same
even know
thing.
that I would
Connected,
say
attached, they're the same word.
I don't know that I would say that my phone is attached to the wall though.
No, but people say like, "Oh, I'm plugging it into the wall."
Yeah, I plug my phone charger into the wall.
But
And then
people
I
say I'm
plug my
plugging my
phone
phone
into the
into
phone
the wall.
charger.
I would argue that via a bunch of other bones and parts that my knee and my brain are connected. It's a
Um,
convoluted argument, but it's technically not wrong.
no, it technically is wrong.
But the leg bone is connected to the hip bone and then like rib cage and shoulder and head.
But that does not mean that your brain's connected to your knee. Just
But
like
they
my
connect
phone is
them.
not connected to the wall.
I can argue
My
it's
phone is
plugged into
connected to
the
the
outlet.
cord, which is connected to the adapter, which is connected to the wall.
Mm-hmm.
But my phone is not connected to the wall.
Mm-mm.
Exactly.
No, I'm saying you're wrong.
No, I said my phone is not connected to the wall, and you said no, it's
And
not.
then I
You said
said, nope,
mm-mm.
you're wrong.
No, that's not what you said. You said mm-mm.
Same thing.
No.
One's just the 5-year-old version of it.
Well, guess what? This is on recording, and you just agreed with me.
The hip
So
bone's connected to the leg bone.
anyway, we're gonna move past this
Bones and bones and
because after you get to the Church of Massage, it's time to cycle to the pit stop where you have to wear riding gear and ride an old style bike 4 miles to the pit stop.
yes.
And you have to wear a mustache too.
Unless you forget your clue at the battlefield, then you have to ride 4 miles twice.
3 times, actually.
Yeah, 3 times.
Yes. Um, Brandy's being ridiculous though. When she
Always.
says things like you referenced earlier when she said that I don't do this kind of stuff or whatever. Well, guess what? You literally signed up for the race. This is literally the shit that you are signing up to do.
Mm-hmm. I genuinely can't decide if they're really entertaining or just infuriating, but it's one of those two.
I think it's both.
I know, which is crazy. Like they're both ends of the spectrum.
Yeah. But by the way, Michael and Louie become team number one, and they get 55-inch HD TVs. That's like a $200 prize today.
I would take that prize. That's really cool.
I would not take that prize for winning a leg of the race.
Fine, I'll take your TV too.
Okay.
You're ungrateful. You don't want the free TV they're offering. I'll take it.
I am ungrateful because why the hell are we giving people 7 day trips to Patagonia one week and the next week we're giving them a freaking 55-inch TV? That does not feel equivalent to me.
I can go anywhere I want on that TV. I can put anywhere around the world on that screen.
You can, but that doesn't
I
mean
could
you're
put
experiencing.
Patagonia on there and just videos of people walking through there for 7 days.
Yeah, but that doesn't sound like a good time.
No, it doesn't actually. That sounds terrible. But there is this like elliptical machine at this like gym I used to exercise at in a community center back home that you could like put little like walking trails at national parks up on its screen. So that was kind of cool.
Mhm. Stephen Alley get second, by the way. Jet and Cord get third. Dan and Jordan get fourth. And then we finally see stop playing with the stamp. Jeff and Jordan's speed bump. Where they have to, do you want to tell us what they have to do?
I forgot.
Okay, so you don't. Okay, they had to reinforce a section of the trench using branches.
Oh yeah, that wasn't that bad.
No, but you didn't write it in your notes? How dare you?
I was engrossed in watching it. It was very entertaining.
Was it?
Eh, I just forgot to write it down. But
That's what I
saying I
thought.
was engrossed in the show sounds better.
That's what I thought. Brandy and Carol, team number 5. Brett and Katie get to the mat as team number 6. But Phil tells them they didn't pick up their clue at the U-turn spot, so they have to ride the 4 miles back, go get their clue, and then do the 4 miles back to the pit stop again to check in.
And somehow end up with the same placement.
Yeah, after biking 12 miles when everybody else had to bike 4. Brent and Katie become team number 6. And Joe and Heidi still can't figure out this trenches thing. As Jeff and Jordan pass them and bike in to become team number 7, Joe and Heidi are team number 8 and are eliminated.
That's sad.
Um, I'm not sad.
Well, eliminations are sad because it's like you didn't even make it to the finish line. I'm just,
I, I'm not sad.
yeah.
And next time it looks like we're gonna see some uh Brent and Katie troubles.
Aw, I like them.
Yes. They're gonna clash and they're gonna crash. Do you have anything else from the episode?
Nope.
All right. Um, power rankings, Bruce. I feel like we're gonna be very in line, and I feel like it's gonna be a very boring power ranking week.
Yeah, that's been the case this season.
Yeah. So who you got in 7th?
I hope I'm wrong because they're good TV, but this has to be Jeff and Jordan.
I agree.
And also, I mentioned last week that the edit so far wasn't doing them any favors as far as making them look smart. This episode continued that trend a little bit,
It did. They do not look like the team that won the first leg of the race.
which is crazy.
Yeah. They just aren't really that good at this race. I don't know what to say other than that.
Yeah.
Who do you got at 6?
Six. This is Jeff and Jordan.
You just said Jeff and Jordan.
That's right. Sorry, Brent and Katie.
How
I
dare
like
you?
them and I hope they stay, but it looks like they're gonna hit some trouble next week.
Yeah, I
And
like
they're
to give
already
Brett.
finished second to last. So
Yeah, I have Brett and Katie here too. I'd like to give them the benefit of the doubt, and if the next episode wasn't such against their favor, maybe I could. But combined with their recent finishes and the way that it looks going into next episode, I can't really justify anything more.
yeah.
Who you got in 5th?
Fifth. This is again, this is Carol and Brandy. They they seem to be good at this, but they bicker and are at each other's throat every week, and that's gonna catch up at some point.
I don't know that it will catch up at some point.
Maybe it will, maybe it won't. I won't be surprised either way.
But because of that, this was my one differential I think that we're gonna have
Yeah,
is that I put Dan and Jordan here.
yeah,
Because honestly, I just trust Carol and Brandy's playing of this game better.
fair.
That's all there is to it. So I put Dan and Jordan here, and then Carol and Brandy are my four. I assume Dan and Jordan are your four.
They are.
Do you want to speak to that?
I mean, they're very similar to me. It's just I put the team that's had more friction lower
Yeah.
because sometimes like friction and team chemistry issues cause problems. Sometimes they don't. You never know. But Dan
Sure.
and Jordan are getting along better. So
Yeah, that's fair. And they also have a lot of friction. I felt like this episode they argued a lot too.
they did this episode, but like they haven't in the past. Carol and Brandy, this is like the second or third episode we've gotten this.
Right. All right,
So
who you got in third?
third is Jet and Cord. They're
Yep, me
finishing
too.
with. I usually lean on finishing order more than you do, but other like this is just straight chalk finishing order so far. Jet and Cord are third. They've been third for two legs now. So yeah,
Yeah. When it comes to the top here, I think Jet and Cord are probably better than at least Steve and Alley, but they're not finishing in that way, so it's hard to justify putting them any higher.
yeah.
So third's where I have Jet and Cord as well.
The top two for me, I would accept either order. They're kind of interchangeable.
I
But
would not accept either order.
what?
I would not accept either order.
Well, I had Steve and Allie at one forever, and last week I said I wanted to see one more win from Michael and Louie, and we got that. So Steve and Allie are down to two now, but they're still really good. And
Steve and
overall,
Alley have
they've
never
had a
been your
better
number
race than,
one.
than Michael and Louie have.
Steve and Alley have never been your number one.
So they were my number one last week, weren't they?
No, they weren't. It was Michael and Louie, I'm pretty sure.
No, because Michael and Louie won one time after being second to last a bunch. I remember saying I needed to see them win again, and I put Steve and Allie at one.
I really don't think that happened.
No, Michael and Louie were definitely not number one last week because I remember thinking that them winning was a fluke because they'd
But
been
I thought
second
that
to
was
last
two
forever.
weeks. I thought that was 2 weeks ago that you thought that, and it was about them finishing in the top half.
No, it was them winning because they were second to last for a while, and I remember saying they'd go home. Then they won. I'm like, okay, they won, but I'm not going to put them at number one because it might be a fluke.
But did you have Stephen Alley at one, or did you have Jet and Cord at one?
No, I had Steve and Allie at one because they were second behind Michael and Louie.
Wow.
And
I
Jen and
really,
Cord have been third twice in a row, so I put them at
right.
first last week.
I really didn't recall. Probably just my bad, but yeah, no,
Yeah.
you had Jet and oh, that was
Michael
episode
and Louie have
three.
won two in a row. I
No, sorry, that
probably
was
said
episode
last
three
week
that
that
I
I
have.
wanted to see another win before I believed in them fully. And I got that. I believe in them fully now. The reason I said that I would accept the other order is that overall, Steve and Allie have had a better race, finish wise.
They have, but it's hard to argue two first place wins in a row.
Yeah. I wouldn't argue in favor of Steve and Allie at one. I'm just not going to push back if someone else does. I'm just going to just kind of listen and nod.
When do you ever listen and
Uh, eh. What are you listening to? Did you pull up last week's episode?
yeah, I just wanted to hear it.
I know I didn't have Michael and Louie at one. I think we had the same top last week, maybe.
So you have Stephen Elliott to
What?
no, I'm talking about right now because I don't
Oh,
want dead space.
Steven, yeah. I went into a whole spiel while you were gone about Stephen Elliott too and Michael and Louis taking over. Because I said last week that I wanted one more win to believe in them, and they won this week, so I fully believe in them now. So I assume you have the same order I do.
Okay, we're finally here.
Instant replay.
Yep. Okay, we both did have Stephen Alley last week. I just don't have the notes in front of me because
Yeah,
I think I recorded that episode at my house because of the weather. And
yeah,
so I don't have it here to reference, and so I had to go back and listen.
yeah. I knew I didn't have Michael and Louis at one because I remembered saying I think their win might be a fluke because they had such bad finishes to start.
Michael and Louis actually didn't even get second for either of us last time.
Yeah, because we were both. I I guess
They
I
were
did have Jet and Cortez. I
we
was
had Jet and
afraid Michael
Cortison.
and Louis' win was a flash in the pan
Hmm.
because they went from like seventh to first.
Yeah, but here we see them actually kind of finding their own.
Yes, I love it so much.
Yeah. Um,
They're so
that
much
was a
fun.
completely bad read on my part um, going into the season.
Kevin just proved that I have good memory, by the way, for anyone who we know personally who wants to criticize my memory.
One time doesn't mean that it's proof.
Close enough.
One time can be a fluke, as you just referenced with one time
Fair
could be
enough.
a
So I
fluke.
need to have another good memory moment.
Yes.
Challenge accepted.
You're accepting too many challenges here.
I'm kind of becoming Barney Stinson on this show with the phrase challenge accepted, I guess.
That's pretty
That's not someone I
legend.
ever want to be, but
Wait
that's just
for
who
it.
I think of when I hear the
Dude,
phrase challenge accepted.
that's fair. So do you have anything else to add about the Amazing Race, Bruce?
Wally.
I said about the Amazing Race.
Wally should go on the amazing race.
Anyway, check out all the other Reality Realm coverage. Tribal Council Chat, they just dropped an episode with Mr.
Omer.
42 himself, Omer Zahir.
That was so
Um,
much fun.
their next episode is going to be our Survivor 50 draft.
Which is already recorded and was a ton of fun.
It was great. And you'll see how I'm going to win. Take my crown back.
I feel good going into this.
If you say so.
I ended up getting stuck with Q, but I mean,
You
I
did.
still feel good overall.
Also, make sure to check out Roundtable Talk, where we are discussing Traders US Season 4 right now.
That's been a
Um,
blast too.
yeah, so we're in the back half of things here. Make sure to check out all of our socials, Facebook, Instagram, TikTok, YouTube, wherever you go, like, subscribe, follow, whatever you want to do. But yeah, make sure to check us out in our Redbubble merch store as well, where you can get weird things with our faces on them. So with all of that being said, good luck. Or no, I
Travel
said it wrong. Nope,
safe.
I forgot one part. All that being said, the world's waiting for you. Good luck.
Travel safe.
Go.